So good morning everyone. So in the last session we were discussing about theory of simple gases, okay, and the ideal equation for microcanonical ensemble using quantum mechanics. Okay. So in that we have also discussed about the entropy case for different particles like boson, fermions and Maxwell-Boltzmann particles, that is classical particle. So we have identified the distribution function, and by utilizing distribution function we identified the microcanonical microstate corresponding to that, and also we identified the entropy from the given microstate. Okay, so that was our the exercise that is what we have done in the last class, and in today we will be discussing about. So in that discussion, we said that we will be next discussing about most probable value corresponding to the representation. Okay, so we'll start discussing that here. And after finishing this most probable value of corresponding to different terms, then we'll do represent for the theory of simple gases and the ideal equation for canonical ensemble and grand canonical ensemble also, for proceeding to this one. Okay, and we said that we have an equation which we call Lagrange undetermined multiplier equation. From that equation one can actually find out the most probable value corresponding to that, and so this was our Lagrange undetermined multiplier. Okay, and I minus alpha into sigma I delta ni star, okay, corresponding to most probable value, minus beta sigma I ni star epsilon I, which is equal to 0. So which we call it as Lagrange undetermined multiplier. Okay, so let me just consider this term alone here in this representation, that is ln w of ni. So which we know that, which is a representation we already has identified, is equal to S by K, that is entropy by Boltzmann constant. So which was already we identified that for a case that is Ni star. In general, this representation we can notate is the general representation N star ln Gi divided by Ni star minus A plus Gi by A ln 1 minus A Ni star divided by Gi. So this was a general representation for entropy we obtained in the last session. Now let me just take delta NW ln star, which means we have to take the derivative of this representation. When you do that, you'll be having epsilon I Ni star divided by 1 by Gi by Ni star minus A into minus Gi by Ni star. Okay, so into delta Ni star will be there. Sorry. Sorry. Delta Ni star plus ln gi by ni minus a plus gi by a 1 by 1 minus a n I star divided by gi into minus a by gi delta ni star. So like you will be getting the derivative corresponding to this one, and here you can see that this gi and gi you can get cancelled, and similarly ni star and ni star get cancelled here, and like you can cancel out many terms over here, and if you reduce the representation after cancelling out the common terms, what we remains is that minus gi by ni star here there will be a sigma, okay, into 1 by gi divided by ni star minus a delta ni star plus ln gi divided by ni star minus a plus minus will be there minus gi by ni. So the another term is delta ni star divided by gi by ni star minus a. Okay, so this is the entire term will be having. Now it comes to this representation. What it remains is that we can cancel out this term we can cancel out, and there is another term that is in the last. These two terms get cancelled, and what we remains is that sigma ln gi divided by ni star minus a into delta ni star. So this is a term that lasts after the representation. Now if we substitute this representation, what was this one? So this we know that this is actually delta ln w of ni star. Okay. Now if you substitute this into the Lagrange undetermined multiplier, so we'll get that. So we'll get that sigma ln gi by ni star minus a minus delta minus beta sigma I. So here beta epsilon I beta epsilon I, so into delta ni star. Hope you understand what we have done. I have just taken delta ni star outside this one, and what it remains is that ln gi by ni star minus a, which is equal to, I can take this delta ni star on the right hand side. If you take it, it will be 0. This is equal to what I will be getting, alpha plus beta epsilon I. Okay, So from that, what I'll be getting is that gi divided by ni star, gi divided by ni star minus a is equal to e raised to alpha plus beta epsilon 1, sorry, epsilon I. Okay, so that was the representation I will be getting, and we know that from this representation I can write ni star is equal to, okay, ni star is equal to e raised to alpha plus beta epsilon I plus a, okay, sorry, there's a small correction, okay, so here ni star is equal to, by rearranging this one, what we will be getting that ni star is equal to gi divided by e raised to alpha plus beta epsilon I plus a will be there. So this is the most probable value of ni. Okay, most probable value of ni star. Okay, and in this representation we already know few things, that is what is a equal to -1 for what, for boson, and a equal to 1 for fermion. So if you know that, then you can easily find if a equal to 0 for classical particle, that is Maxwell Boltzmann particle. Okay, so this is, we already know those things. Okay, so you note this one, this is how we'll find out the most probable value of ni, that is equal to ni star, that is equal to gi by e raised to alpha plus beta epsilon I plus a. So okay, so this is how the representation for most probable value. And the next one, we'll just discuss about the pressure value, that is a thermodynamic parameter. Pressure will identify utilizing the entropy representation. So we already got the entropy representation S by K. Okay, the general representation is, for finding this S by K, is Ni star ln gi by Ni star minus A. Okay, minus gi by A ln 1 minus ani star divided by gi. Okay, divided by gi. Okay, so this is the representation for entropy identification, and we already got ni, or ni star is equal to what we got, we already got it as gi divided by e raised to alpha plus beta epsilon I plus a. Okay, now if I substitute in the above equation the above representation, so what I'll be getting is that this is equal to, if we substitute that, epsilon ni star, okay, ln gi, and I'm just substituting over ni star over only over here, so that is gi divided by e raised to alpha plus beta epsilon I plus a minus g by a ln 1 minus a ni star was there, so if I substitute gi by what, so this is a by g, I'll keep it aside, a by gi, and a ni star I can substitute gi by e raised to alpha plus beta epsilon I plus a. Okay, so this is equal to sigma Ni star ln. So gi and gn get cancelled. What remains is that e raised to alpha plus beta epsilon I plus a minus a, okay, minus gi by a ln 1 minus a by e raised to alpha plus beta epsilon I plus a will be there, and this is equal to sigma ni star alpha plus beta epsilon I, because e raised to alpha, okay, into a plus and minus get cancelled, so minus g by a ln 1 minus a by e raised to alpha plus beta epsilon I plus a, okay. Now if you multiply this sigma, if you take it inside, okay, this sigma if you take it inside, that is sigma if you take down sigma ni star into alpha, okay, we already know that sigma ni star is equal to what? It is equal to n, so that is sigma ni star alpha plus sigma beta if you take it outside, sigma ni star epsilon I, okay, minus this you take it as gi divided by a ln, this I can write it as e raised to, this term I can write it as e raised to alpha plus beta epsilon I plus a minus a divided by a plus e raised to alpha plus beta epsilon I, okay, and we know that sigma ni star, that is equal to what? It is n, okay, so alpha n will plus sigma ni star epsilon I means that is the total energy, that is beta E, okay, minus gi by a, okay, and divided into ln, here the terms remaining will be e raised to alpha plus beta epsilon I divided by a plus e raised to alpha plus beta epsilon I, okay, so this is what I will be getting here. Now if I multiply and divide the above representation with respect to t, so what I will be getting, you can just note down. Okay, so here you can see that we have s by k, so this is basically what s by k la, okay, so s by k I can write it as, here I just multiply and divided with the t, so that I can write it as like this, and alpha we know that alpha is equal to basically mu by minus mu by kt into n, and beta we know beta is basically 1 by kt, okay, into e minus gi by a ln into what I will be getting, e raised to alpha plus beta epsilon I divided by a plus e raised to alpha plus beta epsilon I, okay, so this is a representation I will be getting corresponding to that, okay. Once I get that, this entire equation I can take it on the other side, that is ts by kt, okay, because all these two terms are this kbt representation, then if you just take it out on the other side, so we'll have ts plus mu n, okay, ts plus mu n, where mu is the chemical potential, minus e divided by we'll have KBT, okay, which is equal to minus G by A, okay, minus GI by A ln e raised to alpha plus beta epsilon I divided by A plus e raised to alpha beta epsilon I, okay. So this is how the notation we'll be getting here, and from that we'll get that from the thermodynamic relation one can identify that Ts plus mu n minus E, it is actually PV, okay. So this is equivalent to PV by KBT is equal to minus G by A ln e raised to alpha plus beta epsilon I divided by A plus e raised to alpha plus beta epsilon I, okay. So this is how the representation look like, okay. So since its minus is there now, so in order to replace that minus with plus, so I'll just take this one reverse, that is PV by KBT is equal to GI by A ln, so this I can take it on the numerator, so that minus will get cancelled, A plus e raised to alpha plus beta epsilon I divided by e raised to alpha plus beta epsilon I, okay. So that the minus got cancelled, right? Now with that, if I proceed, we'll be getting PV equal to PV by KT or KBT is equal to, we'll be getting GI by A. So this I can write like this, ln A raised to minus alpha minus beta epsilon I plus 1 fashion, okay. If you just take this 2 get cancelled, that means if you divide A plus e raised to alpha plus beta epsilon I with this one, first one will be A by e raised to alpha plus beta epsilon I, second one will be a plus 1 term, e raised to alpha plus beta I divided by e raised to alpha plus beta epsilon I, okay. So that was the representation that we are getting here. So we got PV equal to what? PV equal to GI by A. So this was the relation they will be getting, the ideal gas equation representation will be getting corresponding to this one, okay. From that it is easy to identify the pressure term corresponding to the above representation, and now we know for Maxwell-Boltzmann, okay. So this is a general ideal equation that we will be getting for here, okay. So this is the ideal equation, so this we will be getting for the thermodynamic relation that we are obtaining here. Now we know that for Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics, or rather for classical particle, okay, classical particle, in the above equation A will be equal to what? A will be equal to 0 for Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics, okay. And in that situation what we will be getting is that, okay, so when you now if you give A equal to 0 in the above equation, so this term will be 0 and ln of 0, that is 1, then you will be getting ln of 1, then it will be 0, and here also you will be getting as 0 divided by 0, okay, 0 divided by 0 you will be getting, okay. So once you do that, 0 by 0 means it's undetermined form now, so we have to use L'Hospital rule. So this is a familiar rule when we'll have indefinite form or in undetermined form, so use the L'Hospital rule for here. So PV by KT, okay, PV by KT is equal to limit A tends to 0 sigma I Gi 1 divided by, so here what we are doing, that we are differentiating with respect to a, e raised to minus alpha minus beta epsilon I plus 1 divided by 1 will be the into e raised to minus alpha minus beta epsilon I. Okay, so here basically we are taking a L'Hospital rule and the limit we are applying with respect to a here. Okay, so we'll have PV by KT. So when you apply L'Hospital rule, when we have a case that is 0 by 0, so it's an undetermined form now. So in that case, in order to evaluate that given function, so we'll be using L'Hospital rule. So sigma I Gi e raised to minus alpha minus beta epsilon I will be getting. Okay, that is PV by KT. PV by KT or KBT, that is equal to epsilon I Gi divided by e raised to alpha plus beta epsilon I. Okay, so that is equal to, this is a representation corresponding to what? This is equal to sigma I Ni star, because already we have seen sigma Ni star. So that is equal to, sorry, Ni star we already identified, that is Gi by e raised to alpha plus beta epsilon I. So that is equal to, it is equivalent to sigma Ni star. What is sigma Ni star? It is equal to the total number of particles. Okay, when you take the summation of the most probable value, then you are going to get what? You will be going to get the representation equal to, so this is equal to PV by KT equal to N. So what is this? This is equivalent to what? This is equivalent to PV equal to NKT. So this is the ideal gas equation, a representation in a classical form or a Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution form. Okay, so this is how, when we get the a equal to 0, if you substitute, you will be getting the corresponding equation. So this is an ideal gas equation that we will be obtaining normally in our classical case. Okay, so here you can see that you are getting the same ideal gas equation by using the quantum mechanical treatment that we have done. When the classical, whatever we have got from the classical ideal gas equation, the same we could obtain from the, by considering the above equation PV equal to KT, so which we actually derived from this representation, right? PV by KBT equal to Gi by A ln A raised to minus alpha minus beta epsilon I plus 1, and here we are given A equal to 0, and sometime when if you substitute A equal to minus 1, then you will be obtaining corresponding to boson, and if you go to A equal to 1, then you will be the equation you will be getting corresponding to fermions as well. Okay, so here from this equation itself, PV by KBT equal to Gi by A ln A raised to minus e raised to minus alpha minus beta epsilon I plus 1. This representation, now in this representation one can easily find out the pressure, just multiplying KBT on the other side and taking V on the other side, then you'll be getting pressure term, and you can also find the volume and different terms corresponding to from this equation itself. Okay, this is an ideal equation that we could obtain for a microcanonical ensemble in by using quantum mechanical treatment. Okay, so here we just taken A equal to 0 in order to say that we are getting the same kind of, when you do the assumption A equal to 0 and by using L'Hospital rule, and you will be getting, what you are getting is that PV equal to NKT. That's the same we obtained for the earlier classical discussion as well. Okay, so one can actually say that quantum mechanical treatment, okay, if you give any assumption or an approximation of a quantum mechanical treatment, one can lead to the classical treatment that we already dealt with. Okay, so this was a whole discussion. We were discussed about the microcanonical ensemble using quantum mechanical treatment. Okay, so we have understood different representation of distribution function. From the distribution function, the microstate, from the microstate we identify the entropy, from the entropy we identify the pressure terms and the thermodynamic relations we could find. Okay, and we also identify the ideal equation corresponding to a microcanonical ensemble using quantum mechanical treatment. Okay, so this was a whole discussion of microcanonical ensemble using quantum mechanical treatment. On the next class we will be discussing about the canonical ensemble and grand canonical ensemble using quantum mechanical treatment, how it different. And there is one more topic to be discussed, that is about occupation number. Okay, by discussing with that three classes or two classes, we will finish off the third module. Okay, and then we'll move on to the fourth module. It's about ideal Bose system. Okay, thank you.